Any tips again on DD? Depends what your position is. Because when you first enter a trade, the structure may change throughout the trade, right? Because like for instance, let's say you're looking for sells, you're in sells, right? And you're in drawdown for sells. Whenever it pulls back to the upside, it's making lower highs, right? As it makes lower highs, it's now creating resistance. Therefore, as you create resistance, it's gonna be a little tougher to break. So then your original target gets lower and lower and lower. Because for instance, like let's say you got sells here. Let's say this is your move here. Boom. You're coming down, right? And then the moment you enter, it pulls back up. Let's say your TP that you destined to sells till was here. This is your TP, right? But now what you're doing is you're pulling back. Oh, sorry. Let's say you're in buys, for instance. My bad, not sells. Let's say you're in buys, right? You got in buys here. And your TP was like around the top of the range here. So let's say price now starts to reject and makes its way down, right? As it makes its way down, this target is gonna be a lot tougher to break because now your new resistance is then here. So one thing you could do is understand, okay, you know what? Right now, there's a resistance being formed right here. So there's a very low chance that price, or a lower chance that price will tap into this zone, but there's a higher chance that price could still range between here and here. So you're kind of hoping now at this point that price does respect 2392, which is this case here, because if it does respect these zones here, then you can make your way up towards here. Therefore, that's when you want to apply pineapples, right? So obviously price won't just magically form a move like this. And I know it's because I've been in drawdown many times. So I know how to play the drawdowns, I'll say. I know how to read the structure in drawdown. But this is what it comes down to every time in drawdown. The exact same thing that prints. So it does something like this. It won't just reject, right? What you might see is price closing respecting, which is the first good sign, right? So you're still in sells. I'll still hold my positions here because let's say my position was right around here. Let's say my position was this blue zone here, right? This is my buy. So that's my buy entry. This is my TP. My stop loss is, let's say, you know, negative RR probably below here. So the first thing you want to see to maintain that position is a bearish closure respecting. That's the first sign of like, okay, you're somewhat still valid, right? Because if you close bearish below, there's a high chance that you are now going to continue to push further down. So if you close below, manage risk, cut the trade off. But if it closes respecting, what you need to happen next is the hardest part. It's the part where you're gonna fuck with your emotions the most. But that part is the bottom wick, because now you need liquidity, right? So you close respecting, you need liquidity now if you were to drive up. So therefore, you're gonna see a stronger spike down, likely to fill that wick. If that candle comes down and it starts to reject and then it flips bullish, that's your pineapple, because now it came all the way down, but it closed respecting. As it flips bullish, you are now assuming that, okay, this level is being held. Therefore, you're making your way up to fill the range now. And if this is your entry, which is this blue line here, and this is the bottom of the range, and that's your second entry, you can look to take a pineapple there and then get out at break even at the midway point or close out at the top of the range. And that's usually what we tend to do. So that's how I'll play my drawdown, and that's how I'll manage it. Gold's moving. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's see what happens here. Can it tap 20?